What's up, y'all? It's Coach Justin. We're here at the Sit Down Podcast. We have a very, very, very special guest, my guy, Project Poppa. What's up, bro?
Man, what's happening? What's happening?
Chilling, bro. It's been a long time coming, man. We finally getting it done. But like I told you, I've probably been trying to interview you since I started my podcast, but I'm glad that we waited because you got way more shit to talk about now.
You know, for sure.
You feel me?
For sure.
So I never try to like rush my interviews because I always feel like that. Like the more time go by, the more shit we can talk about. And your ass been working like crazy. So we're going to get into it. But before then, take us back to Young Pop, man. First of all, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm cool. Chilling. Just handling business.
Sure. Let me say, man, before we get into the music, so I am happy to see you putting music out again, bro.
Sure.
You always go through this like, I'm not a rapper no more. I am a rapper.
It's my last. This for sure really the last year though, for sure.
You say that every year, bro.
Nah, I'm serious this time. I'm serious for sure. That's why I'm about to be dropping so much. Like when I said the last time, I was like, I put some stuff out and then I won't drop for like hella long. Mm-hmm. But like this time, like I really told motherfuckers like I'm really gonna get to it.
You're so fucking talented. But we'll get into all of that. So take us back to Young Pop, man, where you were born and raised. Obviously, a lot of this stuff I know already because we've been knowing each other for so long. But, you know, for the audience, just take us back to Young Pop. How it was for you growing up in the household, and then we'll go from there.
It was cool. I mean, like the area I grew up in, it was rough and shit. But like being a kid at that time, like you don't really know. Mm-hmm. You feel me? You just having fun and shit like that. And then as I got older, I kind of realized like, oh yeah, I grew up in a fucked up place. Like, you know. So I grew up in the East. I grew up in the Ville. So a lot of people know about the Ville for sure. And I was there at a time when it really was like, you feel me? Yeah, like it really was that.
Are your parents from the Ville?
Nah, my mom and my daddy from 96. My daddy came from New Orleans. Oh. You feel me? So they really from there. My daddy side from out there. Okay. My mama from 96 in Birch. Okay. My daddy, he from New Orleans, but out here from 96 in Plymouth.
Got you.
He from Plymouth, yeah. So that's how they know each other. That's all right there.
Got you.
Yeah, and I'm from the Ville.
Do you have siblings?
Nah.
Really?
I mean, it's kind of
okay.
You know,
I feel you.
It's just me, but it's like, you know, like my cousins on my daddy's side, them my brothers.
Got you.
Like it ain't them ain't my cousins and my brothers.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know about if that's the case now, but I feel like we all grew up in our generation to where we had cousins, maybe family friends. We raised as brothers. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So how was the household growing up? Were you living with moms and pops?
My mom, my dad in jail. My dad been in jail since I was 2.
Really?
Yeah, he been in jail since I was 2. My mom
to this day.
To this day.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. I be posting. I
be seeing the pictures, but I never.
Yeah, he been in jail that long for sure.
Damn.
Yeah. Yep. Turned himself in for some shit he ain't do. And ever since then, he just never got out.
Wow.
You know?
Does he have a date?
I was there when he turned himself in, too. Nah.
Really?
Yeah, nah.
Damn, that's fucked up. Does that affect your relationship? How did you ever, like, have resentment towards him or anything like that?
Hell no. I ain't gonna lie. Like, the whole time he was in jail, it ain't never really felt like I ain't had no dad. Like, that nigga made sure, like, I got letters from him, like, when I couldn't even read, shit like that.
That's dope.
Like, I got one of his letters. This is from him right here.
Oh, it's a tat?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's dope.
You know, I think that might have been from one of the letters when
early on.
Yeah, like when I was like heck young. But yeah, for sure, he always made sure he sent shit, stuff like that. Wrote. Still, I talk to him all the time.
That's what's up.
Like that's my nigga for sure.
But yeah, that's dope, bro. I didn't know that about your pops.
Yeah.
Did he do music at all?
Nah, he used to be singing and shit though. From what people used to be telling me. I mean, he be telling me that too. And then like I think his siblings would be doing that shit too. Cause my uncle, like he'd be singing from time to time, little shit like that. But he used to be singing like on the block and shit. They used to be saying. He used to be out there like braiding his own hair and shit. And
wow.
And shit. Yeah, my daddy was one of them niggas though for sure. Like for sure. Not like that, but like for sure. Like you know, like he looked out for everybody, but you know, like the other shit, like he was like they knew, you know.
And my story's similar, right? My dad didn't do that long of a bid, but you know, he kind of is a big name in Oakland. He from West Oakland and shit, but. Did you used to? Because I know I did. That's why I want to ask you. Did you used to wear the fact that your pops was in jail as like a badge of honor?
Nah, when I was little, I used to hide that shit.
Really?
Yeah, I was everybody else shit. Then hella niggas I knew had daddies and shit like that. So I used to be. I don't lie. It's crazy because a lot of people don't know. I used to tell some of my partners like, "Oh, my daddy in L.A." A lot of people don't know that.
So were you kind of embarrassed by it, or
damn near? But I don't even know why.
Right,
you feel me? It was just
right.
like I don't know. Some niggas just had a daddy, so I'm like. Oh, my daddy in L.A. Ooh.
That's interesting because I used to kind of brag at the fact that my pops was in jail.
But this one, I was like I was hella young. I used to be saying that shit. And then I can't even tell you when I was just like, fuck it, the nigga in jail. You feel me? I'm like, whatever. But yeah, I used to be telling people that shit when I was hella young.
Damn, that's interesting.
So,
what about relationship with moms? How was that growing up?
tight, for hella, always been like that, for sure. Like, I ain't never, like, not been tight with my mama. Cause like that's what I know.
Right.
I know my mama. Like that's what I done been through hella shit with my mama. Not like just like hella crazy shit, but like that's my mama.
I know. Trust me, I feel this. It's a lot of our shit is sounding like it's gonna be kind of similar because I feel the same way. How about you growing up being outside? Obviously, me being from Oakland, being from the East, I know what the Ville historically has, is known for and all those types of things. So how was it for you growing up being outside, running around the Ville and all of that? It
was like I said, it was dangerous, but when I was a kid, I really didn't know that, And then when I got older, I asked like certain questions and I was like, okay, this is why they was telling us this. Like where I used to live at in there when I was younger, so I stayed in the back of the Ville, like on Finham, and I stayed by one of the alleyways, and where the alleyways is at, that's where like people used to be like dead at and like hella shit, you feel me? Because it's kind of ducked off. So I used to be like running around the building, but sometimes you couldn't go back there. But you like wondering like, why the fuck I can't go back? Like, niggas tell me like, bro, like get your little ass from back here. I don't be going back there and shit like that. And then as I got older, I knew like, okay, that's why. You feel me? You're like, okay, they telling us don't go over there because they doing this back there. They doing that. It used to be times like we'd be playing and then niggas like, y'all got to go in the house. Woo, woo. Little shit like that. We mad like we trying to play like what's going on, feel me? But not knowing it's finna be some other shit that's finna go on and shit like that. But it was cool though, for sure. It was fun. It was hella people in there too, just hella people. So it was just, I ain't even used to really like leaving that motherfucker because like everything was just there. It was hella people and shit like that. That's dope. That shit was different.
What about schools? Where'd you go to school at?
I went to like high school or just in general.
We can start however early you want. You can say middle school, high school.
Elementary, I went to Lockwood. Okay. That's by the Ville. And then I tried to go to Havens Court, but mom's like, nah, y'all gonna be up there doing hella shit.
Because that's right there, huh?
Yeah, she like, nah. So I went to King. She thinking that's better. You done send me around some niggas who I don't even know. You feel me? These niggas turned up too. You feel me? That's where I met like hella like DNI niggas and Savage Boys and shit. They went to school up there. I went there for a minute, and then I ended up going to, I think that shit was called Millsmont. I did a year at Millsmont. I met a lot of people up there, too. And then high school, I went to Lionel Wilson. Is that in Sabrani?
Yeah.
Wilson? Lionel Wilson.
I don't think it's called that no more, but.
I went there for like 3 months or something. Then I went to San Leandro High. That's when everybody from Oakland was at San Leandro High. I went up there, and then I ended up going to jail up there. They let me come back, and then from there I went to Fremont. I went to Fremont High. That was crazy because my mom, she was like, I ain't trying to let you, feel me? Y'all gonna be doing hella shit. Yeah. So my dad called from jail one day. I'm like, man, talk her in and let me go to Fremont. Whoa. He like, all right, it's good. So he talked her in, she let me go and shit like that. Then I ended up going to jail like that motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
I
don't know why I thought you went to Skyline.
I did. So that's how I ended up going to Skyline.
So
after Fremont, I went to jail at Fremont for a gun at school. And then when I got out, I forgot what, I think it was like the TAP Center or something. And then they ended up sending me to Youth Empowerment up the hill, which used to be King. They ended up sending me there. So from there, I tried to go to Ohio, but hella Oakland schools wouldn't accept me because what I had went to jail for, they like, nah, we ain't trying to let him come up over here. So Skyline, I was surprised because I'm like, out of all the schools, Skyline, like, come on.
Right.
You feel me? Like, Ohio and them was like, nah. But Skyline was cool.
Skyline started to turn into the school where they sent all the kids that got kicked out of the other schools. I think that's what it's like that today.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that. Maybe and I think it's hell far up the hill.
That's what I was just about to say. I think the logic is, I don't know how it is now, but I remember when I was in high school, you could only take one bus up there. One or two buses, either on 35th or on High Street.
They had the 73rd one, too, because we used to get on the 73rd one.
Oh, okay.
Get on the 73rd.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we'd leave the Ville, go to E1, and then catch it to 73rd. I think it was called the 73 or some shit. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I wasn't really a bus rider like that. Yeah. I used to get dropped off. I was kind of spoiled when it came to that. Obviously, you talked about going to jail early on and stuff like that. What was that process like? Like, what were you, obviously, again, some of this stuff I know the answers to, but I just got to ask for, the camera's sake. But, like, carrying guns and stuff like that, how soon did you get introduced to doing that?
I'm probably like.
Don't make your mama and them mad at me.
I mean, shit, I'm grown as fuck. I mean, shit. I'm probably 13, 14 or something. something like that. Yeah, probably around that time. Not heavily, but like around that time for sure.
Because now you starting to get older.
It was just like, I don't know. I was kind of into that shit a little bit. Like I remember one time I was on a computer and I was looking up hella guns and shit. So I think it was on like Google or some shit. And you know how you could like look up the search history or some shit like that.
Oh wow.
They end up seeing the motherfucking shit like that. I'm like, bro, I don't know what's going
That's
on.
hella
I was
funny.
just looking, at that shit and shit, but probably like 13, 14, probably around that time.
Was your mom in the streets a little bit? Again, I mean, I say that respectfully. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, my mom was like one of them, like, like one of them like girls that like hella the niggas want. It's like, but she just kind of like, like that. Cause my mom didn't even want to fuck with my dad, from what I was told. Like she was like, I want you. Now I guess he kept trying and she just gave him a chance like that. But yeah.
So when they start seeing that you might be going into this, because Pops was already in prison,
yeah,
right?
he was in jail already.
So were they trying to talk? Were you getting them talks of like staying away from that type of stuff and all that?
When I first went to jail and shit.
Yeah, like early on. Like were they worried about you? And
I don't really remember. I'm pretty sure he did, but I don't really remember him talking to me about it. Like when that first kind of happened. I'm pretty sure she did for sure, but I just can't remember exactly. But I'm pretty sure though for sure. But I know he was talking to me about something one time because he always bring it up, and he was trying to tell me something, and he was just like, I remember you was telling me like nigga, this my life, like I'm going, you feel me? He was like, I gotta respect it, but I just can't remember what the conversation was. But he be bringing it.
You remember about how old you were when that moment happened?
That probably was a little later. I probably was like 18 or something, 17 or something.
See, I kind of stayed away from, I never really got in trouble growing up. Like, I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never been to the hall, none of that. So I never really had to have those conversations with my dad.
Yeah.
Now, the difference with me is because I knew so many people and because of basketball and just being outside and all of that, shit would get ran back to my dad. So I would kind of have them conversations then about me running around, and he was real skeptical, like of making sure I stayed out of that shit.
No,
you feel me?
For sure.
But I never really had to sit down of like, because I stayed out of most of that shit. Even though being popular, I was always neutral. I ain't never picked a side of none of the street shit. So first time going to jail, you said you was 13?
When I first went to jail, I was 14.
14.
Yeah, 14. Like the gun situation, when I first like kind of like fucking one, it was like 13, 14. When I first went to jail, it was 14. Then I think the second one, I think I was 15 or 16. But a gun at school, I was like 15 or 16.
And I'm gonna ask this question now, and I'm gonna ask it kind of later again in a different way though. But did you ever feel? How old do you think you were when you started to understand the politics of being from where you're from? Where you really understood, because you're from like I said, the Ville has so much history.
Yeah.
And you kind of inherit shit just from being from, that's one of the few neighborhoods where it's like you got some shit that probably was going on before you was even born that you kind of dealing with that. You know what I mean? Like
probably like 16, 7. Yep. Yeah, probably. Because that's like part of the reason why I went to jail for the gun.
Because
like,
you start trying to
it was
make
like
sure you're
some
protecting
shit was
yourself.
going on, and some shit. Yeah. It was like a fight happening and shit. It was like 16, 15. So
when does the music situation happen? Like, because I remember, I don't even remember how me and you met, but I just know I've been knowing you for so fucking long, and I just seen you rapping one day. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know you did music. Like, how did that kind of?
I been was rapping. So I was in like first grade, and it was these two older dudes that stayed in the Ville, and they David and Andre, they used to be writing little raps and shit for us and shit, and like having us
perform it.
Yeah, performing and stuff like that. And then I want to say like that. Remember like the MySpace, like the 2008, 2009, like them days when niggas was doing like the round ones and all that shit. They had the rounds, I had the shout outs. So I was rapping around that time too.
What is the shout out?
Feel me? So it was like how they had the round ones and round two. I had the shout outs, and it was like just saying hella people names from different hoods and shit, who all fuck with each other and shit like that.
Okay, that's
so
dope.
I had that turned to like hella people remember that. But that was like playing around and shit. As far as like what I got going on right now, I was recording in 2013, and 2014 is when I put out my first video. It was January 2014. I put out
damn, you just hit 10 years.
Ratchet. It was Ratchet.
I feel like I remember that.
And then my city came out February of that same year. Cause when I put out Ratchet, it was more like a This when everybody had that new bass shit going on. We was tired of motherfuckers thinking like, bro, they just think we on some dancing shit.
Yeah.
So I picked out like a party song, but I was like, this ain't a new bass song. So when I picked that out, I'm like, bro, I got to make another song because I don't want people to think I be making just party music. So I picked out My City, and that was it was 2 videos in one, and that was February, and that was like more like a deep song like about life and shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna do some turned up shit, and that was when I did Takeoff. And that was March. And when I did that one, it was over.
It was over.
That's what it. And cause I really didn't want to rap. I was just doing it cause I knew how to do it. And then I did the Takeoff song. I did the video, like the in the house video, everybody with their shirts off, the whole little
I
shit.
remember this video,
I
bro.
did that one. Yep.
I didn't realize that was that early in your career though.
That was the 3rd video I did. When I picked that one out, that's when I start. Like when a nigga be going other places, like random people like that. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? You feel me? Like this shit crazy.
That's dope. That's always interesting to me because now I get stopped all the time for people knew me from Hoop, but it's like my podcast now. Like I get that a lot. You feel me? So it's always dope to be, spotted like that.
That shit was tight. That shit was crazy.
That's fire though. I didn't peep. So you kind of had you didn't have the traditional. I mean, you're still grinding. I don't want to say it like that, but you kind of popped early.
Yeah, because at that time, like, that was kind of like, we was kind of like coming like right after like D-Lo and them. Like, they already was out. So now it was like me, Bang, like Dick Boston, like, you feel me? And a couple, like, Trill Youngins, they was like a little younger, but you feel me, them. And this was like around the time when like motherfuckers like start kind of intertwining with like other cities and shit, cause then it was like Seattle, like, you feel me? Like we all was around like the same time, and we kind of was like started that new era shit, like that was us.
Oh, that's interesting.
But we
I didn't
came
even
like
peep
after
that.
like D-Lo and them, like they was already rapping.
Right, yeah.
We was like right after them. That's when we had came and shit like that. But yeah, I had popped off kind of fast. So like that 3rd video for sure.
And then when does the Detroit connection happen? Cause you was early on that too.
That was 24. That was the same year.
So around the same
time.
year.
That was the same
fast.
year. Yep, on my mama, that was the same year.
How did that connection happen?
The band gang niggas was on Twitter, and they was like, who like the best person in Oakland right now or whatever. And then hella people was tagging me and shit. And then this girl had tagged me, and then a nigga Javar, he ended up DMing me, and they was like, we gonna send you the song and shit like that. And they sent it. I wrote that motherfucking interview, sent it right back. Then they ended up sending they shit, and then they came out here. That was September. They came out here in September. Yeah.
Y'all shot the video?
Yep, that same year, 2014, they came September. Some of them niggas flew and then some drove.
From Detroit?
Yeah, some of them had drove and shit. Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Do you take credit in like integrating Oakland and Detroit?
Not fully, nah. Hell no. Not like, cause Oakland and Detroit been fucking with
right,
shit. My hood, Felix Mitchell and all that shit. They been, But like the new shit, a lot of people probably been fucking with them, but that actual O to the D, like that slogan, like we started that shit. Like niggas wasn't saying that shit before that song came out. Like we pushed that shit. Like niggas can say what they want to say. Like that's cool, but no, like niggas didn't start saying that shit until we did that song for sure. And it was really called D to the O at first. That's why I paid Will at the end. He said it was like from the D to the O. It was supposed to be called that, and then I think they just ended up pitting O to the D or some shit like that. But once that shit, that's when everybody for sure. That's like when Pablo was around and all that shit. Like
Pablo Skywalking or something like that.
That was like all around the same time.
Because he started fucking with it out here tough.
Yeah.
I feel like after you did that, that's kind of what I would meant by that question. A lot of them Detroit niggas start popping out here.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because all these niggas I had never heard of, I just started hearing so many names of Detroit niggas. I never really got into that wave of the music and shit, but I mean, I knew like the mainstream shit.
Yeah, no, for sure. I ain't gonna take fully, but you for sure.
Yeah, you played a part in it.
Hell yeah, for sure, surely.
Do y'all still fuck with Detroit heavy?
Yeah, I fuck with a couple niggas out there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You still do music with them and shit?
Nah, we ain't did nothing in a minute because remember I wasn't really fucking with the music like that no more. But like when I be fucking with niggas, I'm gonna fuck with you just because I fuck with you. Like
person.
we ain't gotta do
music
music. No, like,
I respect that.
If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. It ain't gotta be none of that shit.
I respect that. Why do you have the up and down with music thing where you sometimes you putting out music and then again if you don't want to share you don't have to.
Nah, cause I really, like I said, I really didn't even want to be no rapper. I wasn't tripping off it. I just knew how to do it. So I really, sometimes be like, I'm gonna do it and I'm like, I'm trying to focus on some other shit. You feel me? little shit like that. And then it just be like, it be more going on that people don't be seeing and shit. Like, that shit be hella fake. And then people be like, oh, it don't got nothing to do with politics. Yes, it do. People who don't got to deal with politics always saying that shit. You feel me? It just be hella shit with that shit. Like, and that shit'll keep knowing where you really could be if it wasn't hella shit going on. Like, you feel me? It's just hella extra shit, but I really don't be tripping off that shit because, like I said, I really didn't want to rap anyway. I was just trying to be like an actor or something.
Really?
Fuck with acting, yeah.
Really?
Like that shit, yeah.
Have you ever went and did like classes or anything?
Nah, I was supposed to be doing the fucking trying out for something. I ended up catting off, but I think I still can do it. It's for Keone from out here. Yeah, it's for him. And then Wet Visuals got something coming. I don't want to speak too much on that, but he wanted me to be in his shit too.
What made you want to get into acting? I never knew that.
I don't know. I just wanted to do that shit. Like, that was just something I wanted to do. Like, I couldn't even explain it.
If somebody was to ask you, like, let's say you meet somebody, right, wherever you at, and they just was to ask you, like, what do you do? What would you say?
Everything.
That's dope.
That's what I'd be like, I do hella shit.
That's my same answer though. I always say whatever the fuck I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I do so many things, but I asked that because, like I said, you just said you want to get into acting. I know you shoot videos, you do fashion, all of this shit. And it's like, if you had to place one as like your top passion, which one would it be?
Shit is probably crazy. I'm gonna probably say music, and I'm gonna say that just because, like, even though I said I didn't want to do it, but like when I be saying like I ain't gonna rap no more, like I still just be writing and hella shit. So it's like, even though I say I don't want to do it, I still be doing it. So maybe it is something that I really like doing. I just be so just like in denial about the shit or some shit. I'm probably gonna say probably that.
Wow.
But I'm hella like into the shooting and shit though. Like, I really wanna fuck with that a lot.
That should be fire, bro. These last few commercials you put out for like your clothing shit has been fire, bro. Do you come up with the whole schemes and ideas yourself?
Yeah.
And shoot it and edit it yourself?
Yeah.
When did you start editing your own videos?
As soon as I start shooting.
For real?
Yeah.
When did you start shooting? Like, how soon does Project Poppa the rapper become the damn videographer?
Was it 2021 or 2020? 2021. I can't remember.
Around COVID though.
Yeah, for sure it was around that time because I remember the clothes had kind of slowed down because they was like tripping on people about the shipping and shit like that. And then I was just, me and my god brother got a camera. And we're like, bro, let's go half on the camera. He was supposed to do the videos and I was gonna do the pictures. So that way I didn't have to pay nobody like for the videos. So it's like, you gonna learn that and I'm gonna do, because I used to always be hella into pictures and shit like that. So like, I'm one of the people, like, I got like all the pictures from like people back in the day, like, who don't fuck with each other, like, feel me? Like, I always was like into taking pictures. But as soon as we got the camera, like, it just ended up going a whole different, he ended up just doing the pictures and I just ended up catching on to the video shit.
Wow, that's crazy.
I already had kind of like had an eye for it from me like directing my own shit before I was actually shooting. So when I book somebody, I tell them like, this how I want my shit, everybody wear this, I want my shot like this.
That's dope.
Like that. And then
where you think you learned that from? It's just a natural thing you got?
Yeah, just natural. Probably just, yeah, for
That's
sure.
dope.
Just natural. It's like you gotta just have an eye for that shit. Yeah, for sure.
So shooting and editing your own videos and everything, did you teach yourself how to edit and stuff too?
Yep, I was asking like a couple people questions and shit too though.
For help?
Yeah, a couple of my partners and shit. I don't even name because I'm gonna fuck around and forget some.
Yeah.
Like, it was a couple of them. My partner Adam, Kez was helping me. I want to say Snipe Films, him for sure. Like, I asked them certain questions because if I go on YouTube, it's like they saying shit like hella proper, and like bigger words, so I'm not understanding that shit. So I always tell them, like, I be saying this thing like, talk to me in nigga terminology.
I know what you mean.
So motherfuckers be laughing and shit, but it's easier for me to understand it if like my partner pull up or he be like, bruh, this mean this, shit like that. So I take what they tell me and then I go look on YouTube because now I'm replacing what he telling me with this big ass word this nigga just said on YouTube.
Got
you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. So it was self-taught and I was asking
for help.
I didn't want to get too much free game from them because that shit costs.
Right.
It's like, I'm not like a handout type nigga. I don't fuck with it like that. So. But I caught on to that shit fast. Like, a lot of people who was shooting for me always told me like, bro, you caught on to that shit hella fast.
See, I'm similar, right? I didn't go to school for none of this shit either. I kind of learned by trial and error. I always kind of knew how to do basic video editing and stuff, but like, you know, doing still shooting like this is super easy. But see, I went to school for marketing, so now I do like commercials and things like that. but that's from me being self-taught. And see, I did YouTube University, so I'm literally, if I don't know how to do something, I Google that shit. But see, I'm pretty good at researching and ciphering out the bullshit and all of that. You feel me? I want to go back a little bit to you just talking about the politics of overall, we'll just say the entertainment industry, you know, being out here in Oakland. How much of a hindrance do you think that is? And you kind of touched on it already, but it kind of like makes you not even want to do this shit no more. Yeah. But yeah, just how much does that play a part just for people who don't understand?
It play a big part because like if you got to deal with politics, you got to think like when people coming out here and they asking certain people like, who should we tap in with? Niggas not gonna say you because they don't fuck with you. You feel me? So it's like if a majority of people don't fuck with you, then it's just not gonna happen. I mean, at the same time, like if you got hella support, like you know. But that shit goes a long way. Because it be certain people that people is going to always tap in with when they first come in. They're going to ask them, who should we tap in with? You feel me? And, you know, if you got to deal with politics, depending on who the people is, they not going to say you and shit.
For somebody like me who's been knowing you for so long, it's almost crazy for me to hear you say that people don't fuck with you.
Nah, people fuck with me for sure. But I get
you think it's for you think do you think people don't fuck with your hood or they don't fuck with Pop?
Shit, it's probably both. I mean,
think so?
A lot of niggas don't like the Ville just because it's the Ville, but only motherfuckers who ain't gonna like me is just motherfuckers who just don't like me because a lot of people do fuck with me.
Right.
And niggas can't stand that shit.
Right. That's
like,
a fact.
A lot of people gotta run around faking like they this and they that. I don't gotta fake nothing. You feel me? And then like people just don't like that. Just imagine like a lot of niggas would be jealous of a nigga if he a gangster and he get bitches. Cause some niggas only get one. Some niggas only get bitches and they not hard. Some niggas is hard and don't get bitches.
Right.
Some niggas get both. A lot of niggas be mad at that. Like, damn, this nigga got respect and he nigga fuck my bitch.
Right.
I'm not saying this is about me, but I'm just saying generally just an example. Like some niggas that hate you just because you're you.
Yeah.
You know, and they just be jealous off that shit. But I'm gonna say both for sure. But I don't want to discredit the people that do fuck with me because it's hella people that fuck with me. Like hella people, a whole lot of motherfuckers for sure.
I never really understood. I don't want to say I didn't understand the politics and how you dealt with them, but my cousin, his name is his rap name now is like Cartier Cater or something like that. He always changing his fucking rap name. But he started pointing out to me that the fact that Poppa do be dealing with politics. I'm like, I can't. Because I always felt like, at least the new politics, I always felt like you kind of stayed out of it, right? And again, this is from the outside looking in. So now, I used to just be like, bro, I don't see who the fuck would hate on Poppa? And he's like, nah, bro, trust me, I'm telling you. Then he start, because he knows a little bit more, so he start breaking shit down to me, and I'm like, okay, now I kind of can see how that can happen.
You just never know, because I don't be speaking on shit. Like, you know, a lot of niggas speak on shit on Instagram, and like, I don't talk about that shit on there. You feel me? So it just be like, it is what it is.
I could see how that could be frustrating. Just talk to like, how do you feel like you have to work harder to like work a maneuver through and around the politics?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Cause at the end of the day, it's just like you gotta kind of just push it a little more. Like it ain't no reason for a motherfucker to not do it. Just gotta just work a little harder. You know, it ain't nothing that a nigga can't do. It's simple shit.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, let's go back to you shooting. I just wanted to ask you that before we got too far. Cause you shoot other people's videos too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do you and then you do like recap videos? I see you do weddings, you do all kind of shit.
Baby
How did you get into all of that? Just expanding the brand pretty much.
I don't even know. Truthfully, I'm trying to think what's the first thing I shot that wasn't a music video. It might have been I really can't even remember.
That's funny.
It was just I just didn't like pit myself
in a box.
In the box. Like I was just like, like I'm gonna do it. If I felt confident enough to do it, I was just gonna do this shit. So that's just really how that went. But I like doing that more than the music videos though.
Did you know that's why I never got into music videos, bro? I never, and you know I don't know if you fuck with JB Shot.
Yeah,
that's my nigga. So I fuck with him. So again with the politics, you gotta ask these days. But yeah, so I tell him because he, when I start working with him, because we do a lot of work together. And I was telling him like, bro, I'm never shooting a music video in my life, bro. I'll probably do a regular video, but a rap video, I would never, bro. For one, I like fucking with corporate companies, and because they don't try to haggle you on your pricing.
No, for sure.
They want to invoice.
Gonna pay. Hell yeah, they gonna do that shit.
Yeah, it's like they say they're gonna pay you on that day, they gonna pay you. And then part two is I don't really listen to rap like that, and I can't really shoot something that I'm not passionate about. That's hard for me. You know what I mean? And I don't really do a lot of recap videos again because I feel like my price point might not be.
Yeah.
And I don't want to break nobody's pockets. You know what I mean? But I do small stuff for like family or people close to me.
Yeah,
shit
no,
I'll
for
do.
sure. I feel you.
But it's fun. But I'm actually about to start marketing because I'm redoing my website right now. So I'm about to start marketing that I do more video work and shit. But yeah, so you actually do prefer shooting the
weddings
recap,
and
yeah,
shit
the
like,
weddings
yeah,
and shit like that.
That type of shit. It's just more like that's different because you kind of like a part of, you know, like some important. I mean, not saying the music video is important because that might be a video that break off for somebody or something. But like shit, shooting a baby shower, like that's something that they gonna be showing that kid
Exactly.
You know, for hella long.
Exactly.
Then, oh, who shot that? Oh, that was such and such.
Exactly.
Ooh.
That's dope.
The wedding, that's something that a motherfucker gonna always have and shit like that. So I like seeing that shit when I be done and shit, like seeing how.
Same here.
Yeah, for sure.
Same here. Especially because I feel like I'm talking about myself a lot, but I try to make these conversational. You feel me?
Yeah,
so
no,
I don't
for
feel
sure.
like
you
know how I do my shit, but.
Yeah.
I always come up with a vision, and I like to see if the finished product, how close it is to my original vision. Because
sure.
you know you be having to change shit last minute. But yeah, so what about I always tell people when I talk. For one, I always hear people say nothing but great things about you. That's kind of why I made the comment earlier, as far as you know me. I can't believe people that don't fuck with Poppa, but. Do you ever? I always tell people how much of just a creative you are, and how saucy and talented you are, and all of everything that you do is pretty much you seem good at it. At least to me, I know it's a lot of work that goes into it, but from somebody from outside looking at it, should be looking effortless.
Yeah.
But do you ever see yourself like writing, acting, and then shooting a movie?
Like writing a movie and acting in it. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
I think that wouldn't surprise me if you one day came out like I'm about to do a movie. That shit would not surprise me. Yeah. You can see yourself doing that though?
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope.
Hell yeah.
Would you want to get into like shooting movies and filming movies?
It be people like ask me like, bro, you want to do that? But it's like, I ain't about to just shoot no movie on like, I'm like a perfectionist and I'm about quality and shit like that. So it's like, we could easily just be like, oh yeah, we about to shoot. Like, nah, like, they don't understand. Like, if you wanted to have that certain look, like, nigga, you need multiple cameras, you need the audio, like the whole shit. So it's like, if I'm gonna do that, like, we gonna really do it.
Yeah, I
so
feel you.
I'll be kind of just like, nah, like, I ain't ready.
Did you ever watch Boosie's movie?
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. That shit was hard to watch, I know, I got this friend. She hates watching shit with me because I'm always complaining about the shots, like the camera moving and all. Like, bro, this shit was shot terribly. And she, you know, people without that eye can't see that.
They
you know what I mean? They don't understand.
Sure.
I'm looking at it through a different lens. That's it. So what about the fashion? Like, how did you get into that? Because I remember you were doing like the own lane clothing at one point, and then you just completely switched it up, and now you're doing like.
No, I do both still.
Oh, you do? Still?
I do both. So what happened with that when I first started rapping? One of my older partners was like, "You need to make a clothing brand for like the rapping and shit like that." So I'm like, man, I don't. One thing about me, if I don't want to do nothing, I'm gonna do it when I want to do it. Can't nobody tell me. You feel me? Like, don't tell me to do this, and I'm like, no. Like, I'm gonna want to do it when I want to do it. So he like, make some clothes. I'm like, I don't want to do that shit. So that's when they made the 40 Glock pop shirts. They had made them. He made them motherfuckers. So he made them. Nigga ain't give me no money from that shit or nothing. I ain't gonna lie. My nigga Uptown Paul. He in the hood selling them motherfuckers and hella shit. Exactly. Yeah. He's selling them motherfuckers. He damn near made me buy one. I ain't gonna lie. I think he gave me a discount. I think he only gave like my mama one for free or something like that. But he had made them. The motherfuckers was turned. That's when we was turned up doing hella shit too. I swear that shit was crazy. So after that, I made the first On Lane shirt, and that's the one that said On Lane. It had like the 5 with an L tire mark. My partner made that. I want to say my nigga, was it Lee? I think Lee made that motherfucker. And that's when we were just doing like hella different colored shirts and just random shit. And then from there, I end up, I'm like, I'm gonna really like fuck with some clothing. Like, I want to make it to where it ain't about just the music. So I started using this little baby logo. It's like a little project baby with it, just the baby by itself. And after that, I'm like, I'm gonna do something with the teddy bear. And then I had the baby holding the teddy bear. That was my way of like introducing the bear. And then after that, I never used the baby again. And then I just started fucking with the bear shit. And then the bear was just hella universal because it's like hella people fuck with it, like kids, like hella like different races fuck with it, like old people, like, and then that brand is more for like it's more universal because you can actually like get dressed with it, or you can just like some people use like their hoodies as an everyday hoodie. Like some people like, bro, I wear that shit to like go to the grocery store.
Right.
Me like, oh, where you get that from? Like little shit like that. So that's how that brand is. And then the fiance shit that came. I think I've been holding on to that brand since like 2020 or 2021. Cause I didn't put it out right when I made it.
But were you promoting it?
Late, like a little later.
Okay.
A little later, like I posted like a mock up, and I just take it down, like that.
I think I used to see that when you would do that.
I do like that type shit. I made that up in the VO2. It was just outside, just hella deep, and I'm like, I'm about to start a lingerie brand, but I had forgot that fiance is for both. So it's like one with 2 E's and then one got 1 E. So one is for a male, one for a female. I thought it was just a female, so I'm like, I'm gonna make a lingerie brand called Fiance, and I go on Google. And I'm like, oh, it's for both. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make a designer street brand. And that's how I came up with this shit. Just in a Ville, just on some, I'm about to do this, like that. That's why I always tell people, like, when you kind of overthink shit, it might not come out right because you just overthinking it so much. It's just like, I don't know. Like, you gotta just let that shit just like, sometimes the just natural shit that come is the shit.
Yeah.
Like, that be the shit. When you overthinking, it'll make you think something not good enough because you're overthinking the situation.
Yep.
So
that's real.
Yeah, that's how.
And I always tell people all the time, it's like everything that we use on a daily basis started out as just an idea.
Yeah.
You know, and all you take is for one of your ideas to pop and it could change your life. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then so obviously you still do the online merch too as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a website and all of that stuff too?
Nah, the online one I had took it down because I had it for so long. People were just so used to like the DMs and shit like that, or I just like post like, oh, I got this coming out, pre-orders, whoop, then people would just tap in and shit like that. I had just put some sweatsuits out, and I think that was like December from that brand. Yeah, like December.
Who helps you with like the marketing side of it?
I do everything myself.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always been intrigued by the way you roll out your music, the way you roll out your videos. Like you piss people off, they be mad at you because you always teasing shit.
Yeah, I do like a 2-3 second clip.
Yeah.
Take the motherfucker down.
But obviously it's all intentional. Like where did you pick that up at? Because it's great marketing, bro. For somebody who went to school for marketing, and whenever. And that's the same, like I was listening to your project and I see you got Ali Cocaine on there. And again, we'll talk about the project later. But that was always something that drew me to her, was just the way she marketed her music and herself, her brand. You feel me? And then the more you talk to her, you'll realize that she's acting kind of. You know what I mean? But it's like, that's dope to me because it takes creativity, bro. And we live in this microwave era where people just throwing shit out. You know, they just drop a music video, they just drop a song and hope it's going to do wonders. But it's like today, even with this, right, it's all entertainment. It's like, bro, what's going to make people stop scrolling, bro? Whatever you got to do to make people stop scrolling is what you need to do.
Yeah, no,
So how did you kind of get into the marketing side? You didn't go to school for it or anything? It's just something you naturally picked up?
I just naturally just did the shit. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing like a label?
Nah, people were saying shit about it like, bro, you should do it, but it's like, nah.
You wouldn't do it? Is there a reason why?
I mean, I would, but probably not right now. I would because I be knowing like hella people that be hella raw, and I be like trying to push people shit. So, I mean, I kind of would because I don't know the way this shit be going. Like, motherfuckers just be hating on people. Yeah. So, I mean, I would to help people for sure. Like, get the people together that I know. You know, like, nah, they deserve it. They gonna make it happen for sure. But as far as like right now, nah. I do be like into helping people. So I just post everybody's shit. Should I be damn near post people's shit more than I post my own shit?
I always see you post. I mean, you post my shit all the time too. But I see you promoting people, and then it's like I'll be having a conversation. Like I was interviewing Sid, and he was just like, Poppa be shooting my videos. I'm like, oh shit, that's dope. You feel me? And then I know like when I interview Days, she's always speaks highly of you too. And everybody, like I said, everybody I know that's connected to you always speak highly of you. What about like managing artists and shit? And I'm asking you these questions because I'm always intrigued by the brains behind the operation. And for somebody who's in front of the camera, literally you're behind the camera too, and you're behind the scenes doing your own shit that some people needs teams to do.
No, for sure, for sure.
So would you ever like manage an artist or take an artist up under your wing?
I probably would, yeah. For sure.
What about any upcoming artists that you fuck with that you don't think is getting that light right now? Like, could you name one of them?
Damn. See, I did.
If you don't want to, don't.
Yeah,
because
I did.
then you're gonna leave somebody out. Or
I
you're
did
not
that
gonna,
last time in the.
And they got mad.
No, hell no.
Okay,
and that, I don't know. That's one thing. People would never get mad at me because I be showing so
much love. Yeah.
But that little Valley, the interview we just did in the hood and shit, and he was like, name some people that you fuck with. So I named some people, but I forgot some people. I called that man at like 2 a.m. I'm like, bruh, you can't put that out until you put these other people in there.
That's real.
He was like, man, I'm in LA. I need my voice. I'm like, bruh. I'm just so genuine. I'm like, bruh, like nah, like you gotta feel me. So I don't lie. He did some real nigga shit. Like he took the time out his day. He did a setup, got the mic shit and was like, feel me. In the video, in mid interview, he cut the shit and was like, Pop called me and was like, don't put this out until he feel me. He did the whole shit, like put their music video in there, the whole little shit.
That's dope. Sure. That's all right. I don't think I've seen that interview. I don't really like watching interviews of people that I'm gonna interview because
yeah.
I don't like
but it's gonna be different from yours because it's like it was more like a it wasn't about me. It was like the hood.
Okay,
like
got
that.
you.
But I'm the one that reached out to him and he like, I'm gonna pull up.
Oh, that's what's
He'd be
up.
like going to hella different states, like going to different people's hoods and shit. But his shit is clean because he don't be on no like trying to talk about hella. You feel me? It'd be more like giving the history about it and
That's
shit
dope.
like that. Like
That's
you gotta
dope.
check his shit out. His shit go crazy.
What's the name?
So it's I want to say it's Valley Pro or Valley Club.
Okay, yeah, I'll look it up when we finish this.
We go crazy.
So let's talk about the new project that you just put out, Voicemail. I listened to it. What's the inspiration behind that? Or what was the inspiration behind it?
I was just like, shit, I'm about to start rapping, so I'm like, I was being supposed to put a Valentine's Day tape out like damn near twice the last 2 years, but I was catting like, man, fuck that shit. Hell of them songs is old. Like that Hotline is like from fucking 2020. That's why I say Hotline and it say 2020. That's old, and that song not even mixed. That song ain't mixed because I wasn't finna put it on there. But hella people like, bro, I fuck with that song, but me, no, I'm like, bro, that shit ain't even mixed, and that shit old as fuck. But since since it was my last year, I'm like, I'm really gonna put the tape out this time. And I was far behind too, cause I was being supposed to do them rollout videos I was doing. I was being supposed to drop that like December and shit like that. So I don't know what made me end up calling the motherfucker Voicemail.
That's funny.
It was supposed to be called Fiance. That's what it was supposed to be called at first. But I think when I end up thinking about like, I'm gonna do a skit of a voice message. I don't know what it was. I think I was like, I'm gonna do a few of them motherfuckers before certain songs. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna call it. This me not overthinking. You feel me? This me just naturally, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna call this shit Voicemail.
Do you have anybody in your immediate circle that you kind of run these ideas by?
It'd be a few people. It'd be a few people. I ask and shit like, hey, what you think about this or what you think about that? Even though my mind be already set sometime, like I don't even, like I might still ask and just still be like, they might say, do this, and I'm like, nah, I'm about to do this. Like, you feel me? But it's a few people for sure. Like I tell them the ideas and shit like that, and they be like, yeah, nah, fuck with it.
I think that's important to have too. So when you mention like when you're supposed to drop something or put something out and you say that you cat it off, like what be the reason behind that? Like why do you be pushing shit back?
Cause I don't be wanting to do it, and then
you just don't be
dealing with other shit too. So I be having like more important shit going on. I be like, I ain't tripping off that shit. But I ain't gonna play like that this time. I'm about to really just drop. And I had made a bet with somebody too. I forgot who it was. And they were like,
you better remember just in case you win.
They're like, no, I lost. That's why I was. They was like, if you lose, they like, you got to drop a video next year, which was this year. They're like, you got to drop a video. That's when I shot the Sexy Red video. Then I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna rap one more year. And I'm like, I'm gonna drop the Valentine's Day tape. And then I shot 2 videos with Adam KG. So I ended up paying him to shoot 2 videos. So I got something from him off the tape coming out, and then he got another video that I shot with him that ain't gonna come out until after the summer, cause I'm gonna do another tape like more on the like that real rap type shit. So that's gonna come out after the summer, and then I got the Voicemail 2 coming out probably like May. That shit about.
I mean, you gotta pull back up on me.
Like turn shit for sure.
For real?
Like yeah.
That's funny. BK called me right before you got here and was like, "Bro, make sure y'all talk about Sexy Red. I play that song every day." He was like, "I love that song. I play that shit every day."
They fuck with that song.
What was the inspiration behind that?
I don't know.
I just be coming up with shit.
I just be coming up with shit. Though. Yeah. I just and I wrote that a while ago. Like a lot of times when I be putting these songs out, that shit don't be.
Oh yeah.
That shit I done already. Man, I got like we had counted like my unreleased music a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 100 or something like that.
Damn.
Like 100 or something like that. Hella song.
Is it ever gonna see the light of day?
All them songs? Nah, I got some shit too. That's when I be getting mad at myself sometimes because I'm like, bro, you probably holding on to something that'll just
change your life.
Change your life. Like all them little singing hooks I got, I be like posting on Instagram and people like, I ain't put none of that shit out. Like none of that shit. And that shit, that'll put me like in a whole different
category. Yeah,
for sure.
It's funny how you say you don't want to overthink it, but then you kind of overthinking it.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't be putting it out because I just be like, I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta feel
I ain't tripping off it. It's just like I gotta just do it when I just want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
No, I get that though. I definitely get that. So you said May is coming out with voicemail too?
Yeah, I'm gonna do. Like
so you about
May,
to drop 3
June.
projects this year?
Yeah, that's easy for me. That's easy. That's light work.
But it just ain't common for somebody who.
Yeah, that's light work. And then damn near all the songs, especially voicemail too. All I gotta really do is narrow the songs down because it's like 30 songs that I gotta pick from. That's like on some turned up shit. So I don't like long ass tapes, so it probably be around the same length as that one. But I got some shit. I'm about to shoot 2 videos on the 8th. That's gonna most likely be on that tape. That Cuts by Matt. That's old. I've been holding on to that shit, but I want to get that out for my barber for sure. He had posted that shit on Instagram and he was cutting his own hair. That motherfucker got like 1 million something views on Instagram. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was hella people hitting me like random people and shit from his page like, bro, when y'all gonna put the song out? But I'm like, nigga, I don't rap no more. You feel me? Around the time when I'm like, I don't know. So I just told him like, bro, let's get this shit done. He like, hell yeah. So we gonna shoot that on I think the 8th. We'll shoot that on the 8th. So
when you do have videos that you pay other people to shoot for you, I'm pretty sure you're still hella hands on.
Yeah, that was me shooting with Adam is the first time I've had to, he shot the whole video. I didn't really, besides me telling him like, oh, I want this shot like this, like regular shit, but I trust Adam like, nigga, you do you. Like, you feel me? When I shoot my own shit, 9 times out of 10, like my god brother who I went half on the camera with, he'll do it. So I just do the settings and shit, and then I tell him like, move the camera like this, make sure my head is like, not cut off, or you feel me, shit like that, and then he'll just do that. Then like my B-roll, if I don't gotta be in it, I just shoot the B-roll because I be knowing how like hella detailed, shit like that. So the Valentine's one, I needed somebody who actually shoot videos to do it because it's like I gotta be in these shots.
Yeah.
So I just ended up paying Adam, and then he had a deal going on, so we ended up shooting 2. So that's really how that went. But I just let him do what he do. Then I just kind of told him like, just make sure you get this and this. And I'm like, other than that, just like do what you got to do.
Would you ever be interested in doing like commercials for corporate companies and shit?
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah, for sure. Like you said, they gonna pay you. They not about to be. They ain't gonna do no playing around. Yeah.
But no, I think I can see, bro. Like I said, you as a creative, bro, is like that shit be inspiring to me. Me and BK talk about your ass all the time, but just seeing the shit you do, just seeing like the improvement of your work and all that. What about? I want to talk about the Africa trip, and you, and then we'll kind of tie that into the community work you do. Like I said, I want to do some community work with you where we put together an event. I help, whatever, however I can help. Yeah. But how did the Africa trip come about? What was the idea of you? Because you like raised money, or you did clothes.
Yeah,
you got a lot of donation of clothes and shoes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where did that idea come from? Just your brain again?
The trip, my brother's birthday. We went out there for his birthday, and then as far as the donating, shit, I just was like, I'm about to donate.
And you shot a video out there too, didn't you?
Yep, I shot a video for myself, and then I interviewed somebody. I interviewed somebody.
What part of Africa did you go to?
We was in Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah, West Africa. Yeah, West Africa.
How was that?
That shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit different. It's one of them situations like you can't explain it because you got to see it yourself. Like that shit was raw though. I ain't gonna lie. Like I move out there.
Really?
For sure.
My daughter's mom, her mom. So my daughter's grandmother lived out there for a few years.
Yeah.
She just recently came back to the States. Yeah. She had
I'm
bought property out there.
Back.
Yeah. So the Africa trip, how long was you out there?
We was out there 2 weeks.
Was that your first time out the country?
Nah. I went to Aruba before that.
Really? Damn, boy, your ass traveling.
Yeah, but Aruba before that.
I can't do them long ass trips like that. I went to Croatia to visit my boy Will. He was playing overseas out there, and I was out there for 2 weeks, bro. 3 days, I was ready to come home. I was like, take my ass back.
I like being gone for sure, cause shit being out here, you know, nigga dealing with other shit. So that shit being, and then it's like where I come from, like motherfuckers don't be, you feel me? Like niggas don't see, hell yeah, like. I'm seeing that shit for my niggas too at the same time.
Right. So, yeah. And then it's dope that you take your camera and all
that motherfuckers from jail, like, see, people don't understand, like, when I do shit that be good, it be a little different because, like, I'm really from somewhere. So, and it's like, I'm one of them younger people from where I'm from. Like, I still got contact with, like, OGs and shit. So, niggas who doing life and niggas who doing hella time, like, calling, like, yeah, like, niggas just came to jail and was telling me, like, oh, your little nigga such and such, like, he did this, like, feel me? Like, I get them kind of calls. Like, that's niggas don't really be from nowhere and shit like that. So, it's like, if I stop doing certain shit like that, you feel me? I'm kind of, like, pitting them down, like, my OG partner T-Tone, he been in jail for hella long. He was supposed to be and get out, but you know, like shit be happening and shit like that. So I think he probably should be coming home like 2026 now. But he had called and was just asking like, man, where you going next? And I'm like, shit, I'm dinner. Probably gonna go to like Bali for my birthday. He hella juice, you feel me? He in jail. He been in jail since I was a kid. Like you feel me? Like hella young. So he like, what? Like feel me? He just hella juiced about that shit. Like that shit make me like, you feel me? Like he ain't just hella sad, you know, like little shit like that.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. I want to kind of go back a little bit because I just thought about this. Didn't the police like stop you from performing one time or something?
Oh yeah, they had me on like a gang list. They had a few of us on there. I think it was a few motherfuckers up on.
And what was it? Because when you supposed to be doing the show, then they deaded it, right, or something like that.
That's when I really couldn't be on like no flyers and shit like that. They had a few of us on like these gang lists. It was a couple of people on that motherfucker. So it's like if you had us on a flyer, like they'd tell you like it's bad, like hell no. Nah. So yeah, that's how that shit went.
Up, bro.
That shit wasn't cool. Yeah. Damn. I wasn't tripping though. I really didn't care. I used to perform because my niggas. I didn't want, like I'm telling you, when I don't want to do something, like I was doing it for them so they can go get the bitches and shit like that. Like, we gonna go to the show then? Fuck it. I wasn't tripping. I used to be going to the show, niggas sweatpants on, do rag on, and hella shit. I'm telling you, we got like little videos and shit like that. Funny. I was just going through my phone. I seen the old video. I had the red do rag on with the sweatpants on at the show. Feel me? I'm only doing it just to keep my niggas lit. Right. I'm like, fuck it. We gonna go turn up. If it was my choice. Hell no. I'm doing it for the hood. Fuck it, we lit.
Nah, that's dope, man. I just thought about that. Like, didn't they stop you from performing one time?
Yeah.
But back to the community work though. I know you do a lot of events for the Ville and just Oakland in general. Where did that inspiration come from? How'd you get into doing that?
CRC, the people I be doing this shit with. And damn near kind of started with them. They reached out and was like, is you interested in, you know? And my boy Via, that's one of the people who used to be shooting for me and shit too. I think I got connected with them through him. I want to say it was through him. But ever since we started, we just ain't stopped. And we just built like a personal relationship. Like it's not just always about that. Like you feel me? Like I talk to them on the you feel me? Like dope. You know, if I need help with something, like they'll pull up, little shit like that. When I did the Sexy Red video, one of the girls who worked with them too, like she pulled up and shit, came to support me and shit. Cause I was out there drunk, like she making sure my clothes. You feel me? Like the whole shit. Like
out there drunk.
Yeah, I was cooked. I ain't gonna lie. You used to not
drink, huh?
Yeah, I still don't drink like hella much. Like I drink like every once in a while. You feel me? Like, but when I drink, I drink. I don't be like niggas that do Monday to Monday. I ain't with all that. Like, hell no, I ain't. Fuck no. Like I gotta really be doing something.
Yeah.
You feel me? But nah, it was that shit kind of started from like CRC though for sure, and then me and Bay Area Foods, we ended up doing the Christmas thing. We just kind of, I don't know if he reached out to me about that shit, but we kind of just came up with it like together. And then that shit, I don't know, that shit just ended up coming out good. We did 2 already. So we're going to start probably taking donations for that early this time. Because like the last 2, it was kind of last minute, but we pulled it off. But like we going to start doing shit like earlier this time though for sure.
That's dope, man. I always commend people for doing that work and getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now they fuck with each other too now. Bay Area Foods and CRC. So they kind of got connected through me. So like, and you know, like they were just like going around the east and the west, like cleaning up the street, CRC, and then I go to Bay Area Foods page. He up out there with the feel me. I'm like, okay, I like seeing that. You feel me? Like y'all ain't gotta fuck with each other just when I'm around. Like they, you know, they fucking with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to connect me with them too. And then, like I said, I want to do some work with you because that's what my nonprofit is based around, like connecting these people who are doing that community work
Yeah,
on their own.
sure,
Like, how do we all
sure.
start working together more?
Yeah,
You feel
that's
me?
how we make it better and then like be able to do like more
shit
Yeah,
and
for sure.
touch more people. You feel
Yeah,
me? And
hell
impact
yeah.
more people. And then so what about do you plan on doing like shows or performances for? Can you perform in
Nah.
Oakland?
I don't know if they still got that. I don't even know if they still got that list going
Okay.
on. I don't know. I ain't tripping off. Nah, I ain't tripping off performing.
Really? Why? You just don't be feeling it?
Nope. I'm just trying.
Do you
to drop
enjoy
the music.
performing?
Yeah, it'd be cool.
It'd be cool.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool for sure. I'd just rather just drop the music though.
you give me a sense that like you don't really care to be famous. You don't really care
Yeah,
for
I don't.
attention.
I don't care. Even like when we was in Africa, so where we stayed at, they had like the housekeepers. It was 2 of them. So them was the people that had to like clean up behind us. Like we needed to go to the store, they'd go to the store. So I'm peeping they doing certain shit. I had to tell nigga one time like, bruh, look, bruh, I can do this myself. You feel me? I'm not that type of nigga. Some people gonna take advantage of that shit, even though that's what they get paid for. But it's like, bruh, you don't like.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, like so that's how I damn near really start kind of going outside because somebody needed something from the store. And then he ended up going to the store. So then I'm in the Airbnb and shit. I'm like, man, I'm finna go outside. I think both my brothers, them niggas was asleep. And then like the women, they just chilling and shit doing them. So I called bro. I'm like, where you at? He like, when you come down, like just make the left. I go outside. You feel me? Now we just outside. So we end up being hungry. So instead of us getting like the little Uber thing, I think that motherfucker called like Vote or something like that. I'm like, nah, we about to walk. So we just walking and shit like that. I'm fucking with him. So we go to this little plaza. I forgot what the club was called, but it was a African dude. He owned one of the clubs. He must have knew I was from America because he like, check it out. He like, man, my club was going until like 10 in the morning. He like come in, like check it out. But it was closed at this time. So we go up in there. The 2 niggas I'm with, the housekeepers, they hella juice because I guess this like their first time in this club.
Wow.
But they got in because of me. You feel me? It wasn't open, but he like come in showing me around raw ass club. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker clean. He like, man, come tonight. I'll get you in free. I'm like, bro, it's like me and 8 other people. He like, don't trip. Like, feel me, just come. Little shit like that. But the 2 housekeepers, they end up not coming because they had to really watch the house and shit like that. But we end up going up over there and shit like that. But like shit like that, like me even just like walking with them turned into them like going into this club that they never, you feel me? They been around this club for hella long. This is my fucking 4th day here.
Right. Yeah.
Little shit like that. But we end up going to the club. Dude kept his word too. Like we walking up. Feel me? They about to pat us down. He like, nah, like let them in. Hella little
dope.
shit for sure. I still got contact with dude too and hella shit.
That's
He was trying to so I had this one song too. He was like, send me your songs and I'ma have them pit like the African beats behind it, send me so they can spin it and shit like that for sure. But hell yeah.
Damn, that's hard, bro. How was it? And I don't want to get too serious and deep, but what was your take on, or how did you deal with, losing friends growing up, whether that be to the grave or prison or whatever the case may be, especially coming, like you say, from a hood where you got connects. Your friends aren't just your age group. You got, relationships with older people, younger people.
Well, shit, I mean, I've been already used to the prison shit because my dad been going and shit like that. And as far as like the death shit, I've been, shit. One of the first dead bodies I seen was one of my uncles from the Ville.
Really?
Yeah, I was like 9 or 10.
This was in the Ville?
In the Ville, yeah, in the middle of the Ville. Yep, for sure. So I've been like seeing
somebody came through and killed him or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was in the car doing donuts. My little cousin was in the car, his daughter. She was in the car when it happened and shit too. I had came from visiting my dad. So I came from visiting my dad and I was in my old parking lot and I see my auntie, which is his baby mama. She running with my little cousin and shit like that. So then when I walked to wherever this shit happened at, that's when I seen him in the car and shit like that. But I was like 9 or 10. And that shit was crazy because like I'm coming from seeing my dad in prison and I'm coming home seeing, you feel me, Unc out. This one of the niggas, that's like seeing like one of the like super gangsters niggas, like what the fuck? Yeah. Like, like shit like that. And then a year after that, my auntie, his baby mama, she get killed the year after that.
What?
The same month, and my cousin was in the car again. And she younger than me, so she probably like 7 or something, 6, 7 or something like that.
What?
Yeah, she had got shot that time when my auntie got shot. She had got shot in her leg and shit.
So now both her parents are gone?
Both, a year apart. Same month, a year apart. Yep. Same month, a year.
That is
for
crazy,
sure.
bro.
Yeah. And I remember that too. Like with my auntie, that I remember like when they called my mama and all that shit. I remember that. It was like nighttime. It was hella shit going on. I remember that shit for sure.
Damn,
so
bro.
nigga being like, you know, going through that kind of shit. It do hit it different, like when you got like now your peers and shit like that. He be like, God damn, like this is a nigga I used to actually be with her.
On the daily,
you feel me? Yeah, but it be like, it still just be like,
nothing you could do.
Yeah, like shit, I've been going through that shit. A lot of people is new to that shit. They just now start losing people or shit like that. Like I said, I seen this nigga. I'm 9 or 10. I see this is a man I'm seeing every day in the hood.
Right.
You feel me? Giving me money and all that kind of shit like that. Like just seeing that shit.
Looking back on it, do you feel like that affected you at all mentally, or is it just it was just such a norm for you that it was just like another day in the office?
I mean, that shit wasn't normal. I mean, it was normal, but it shouldn't have been normal.
Right.
Like I was just telling somebody recently, like the shit we go through, it's crazy because it shouldn't be normal, but the shit is hella normal.
Yep.
Like it's just normal as fuck. Like a nigga shouldn't have been seeing no shit like that at that age. Like what the fuck? You feel me? Like. And it wasn't no just regular, like, no, like, it was some shit, like, you know, like, so, like, if a grown person seen that type of situation right now, a nigga be like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, that shit was, it wasn't no just regular shooting, like, you know, like, shit like that for sure.
I mean, even, I tell people all the time, like, because when I left Bret Hart, because I went to Bret Hart, I went to school in Pleasanton.
Yeah.
Before I went to Mac. So I went straight out there, and I remember having rest in peace hoodies on and shit like that, and they looking at me crazy, like,
for sure,
why you got somebody dead on your hoodie?
No,
it's like, bro, this is what we do where I'm from. Like, this is normal.
No, for sure.
And that was the first time where I really started to see, like, damn, I shouldn't be going through this type, you know, burying friends, and you know, that shit started happening young for me. Like by the time I'm in high school, I'm used to my people dying.
Yeah, no, for sure. I had made a little joke with my uncle. So my auntie recently passed.
Mm-hmm.
She older. She had passed away. I don't know what happened, like probably health issues or something. So me and my mama brother, like he like hella childish, like we hella close and shit. We see each other, we be always roasting each other and shit like that. So he talking shit about cause my little, like the French mustache and shit like that. So he talking hella shit. So I'm talking hella shit to him. Then he like, oh, you a pallbearer? What? I'm like, yeah. He like, oh, I don't know why they got you carrying the nigga. Like, cause I'm hella small. I'm like, nigga, I didn't carry hella caskets in my time. And he like, bro, that ain't good.
Yeah.
I'm like, it ain't. I'm like, shit. Hopefully it stop.
Right.
You feel me? Like I'm joking, but I'm serious at the same time.
Though,
like, nigga, that's you feel me? Like it's reality. So you know, but nigga been going through that kind of shit though for sure.
Do you feel like music helps you like? Because it sounds like even when you said earlier, like when you're not putting out music, you still writing music. Like, is that your way to like express and
for sure
get shit off your chest?
Cause I don't really talk hella much unless like I really I got to be hella comfortable with somebody or something. But like if we in like groups and shit, like I'll be the nigga kind of off to the side or something like that, and motherfuckers like, why he ain't talking or little shit like that. But damn near for sure. But if I really fuck with somebody, I'm gonna be talking and shit. But then I got my moves too, like where people who really know me, like they'd be able to look and be like, oh, he ain't in the mood, like he don't want to talk. And it's like I can't even explain why I don't want to. I'm not mad. It's like I just don't want to talk.
Bro,
like don't talk to me. You know what I mean?
And you know it's funny, now that I do this, people think I want to talk all the time, and I swear to God I don't, bro. Like I don't be answering my phone. It'd be all kind of shit.
Like feel me? Like I got that bad too. Like I see somebody calling, I might just be like, little shit like that. I think I start kind of talking more when I start rapping because I didn't want to be known as that person like, oh, I met him and he was acting like I don't like that kind of shit. Like I'm hella big on that. Like I don't like fake shit. Like people thinking they hella bigger than somebody. So it's like around that time, like, you know, like I kind of start opening up more to like random people and shit because I never just wanted somebody to be like, oh, he acting funny or. And
I think that's important too, because and especially being from Oakland, we kind of grow up with this chip on our shoulder. You feel me? And we kind of. You can't never show emotion. Like you gotta always be ready, essentially. And I learned that too. When I used to work at the bank, it was like, bro, I gotta start saying just what's up to random people. How you doing? Because I'm wearing a suit, you know what I mean. But I used to mean mug and just have a stern face on. But it's like you never know who you can network with. And I'm gonna be real,
sure.
bro. When you trying to build a brand, and that's essentially how I move too. Like I'm a personal brand. That shit goes a long way because
for sure.
And you because we both have charisma, right? Like that's probably why the African club owner stopped you. It was something that drew him to you. You feel me? And again, you shake some of these hands, you make a lasting impression on people. You never know what or who
For sure.
you feel me. You interacting with. So I think that's very important for real.
I learned that a lot for sure. I had met somebody in the studio recently. This girl, she came with my female partners. They was rapping, so we chopping it up. And she was like, you know, she was somebody who already was like listening to my music. So she was kind of like not excited to meet me, but like, oh shit, like I'm finally meeting this nigga. So we just regularly just chopping it up and shit. Then it came to find out like she do hella shit, like a therapist. She do all writing books, like all kind of shit. You feel me? So she was telling me like, I need you to shoot my shit. I want you to shoot my stuff and my perfume stuff. Woo, woo. So, but it was crazy because I had my cologne line put to the side for like 3 years. I just didn't know where to start. So it was like me just being cool with her. I'm like, I need your help. You feel me? She's like, what? I'm like, man, I've been trying to start this cologne shit and I don't know where to start. She like, it's good. Like, I'm gonna give you all my connects. How to check. You feel me?
That's
like,
hard. Cologne
you know, shit like
fire.
that. So, you know, you the first to hear that on the camera. I don't think I ever told nobody that, but so I'm about to drop that. That is gonna be called Matthew. That's my last name. My last name is French though, so it's Mathieu. So it's gonna be called that because a lot of people, you know, them other people, like they be naming this shit after them. We don't do that.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like, I'm like, fuck that. I'm finna name it after my last name. You feel me? And then I got a bag brand coming out and I'm gonna name it after my mama. I'm gonna probably drop that June. So her birthday is June. I'm gonna try to get the sample done by June. And then the cologne shit, I'm gonna try to drop it on my birthday.
Bro, you just not gonna stop. You just gonna keep doing shit.
Yeah, nah. Somebody asked me recently, like, what you think? Something like, what you think you finna be doing next? I'm like, I don't know. With me, I don't know. Yeah. I'm like, I just think of something, but like, I'm about to try it.
That's so fire to me though, bro. That's so fire to me, bro.
I for sure, and I'm gonna do the bag one gonna be cool for sure. I'm gonna try to drop it on her birthday and just. I probably just surprise them. Like I just made a brand just after your name and shit. Cause I think I'm gonna call it.
So you want me to cut this out so she don't see it?
She probably ain't gonna see it.
Okay.
She probably gonna see it. If it was a music video, she would have seen it or some shit. She probably ain't gonna see it. Unless somebody see it and tell her.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do, fuck it. She's still gonna be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it like Miss Tarver, cause her last name Tarver. I'm gonna call it that. And it's gonna be like different sizes. Like then you're gonna have the Tarver bag, that's gonna be the big bag. You feel me? And then her name is Denise, so that's gonna be like the medium size. And her nickname is Niecy, that's gonna be the little bag. So you got the Niecy bag, the Denise bag, and then the Tarver bag, and then the whole brand gonna be called Miss Tarver.
That's dope, like that, bro. Yeah. That's fire.
So I'm gonna do that for sure.
Well, bro, keep doing whatever the fuck you feel like, bro. Yeah. I think that's so fire, and bro, it's like, I mean, if the talent is there, obviously, it's like, shit, why not give it a try? Like I said, everything starts as an idea.
No, for sure.
You never know where that shit could take you.
For sure.
So obviously, I do video work as well, and you do too. What type of camera do you shoot with?
Right now I got an A7S3 and an A7 III, and I had an A6500.
And then how'd you kind of get into that? Because when I first started, bro, I was asking everybody, what type of camera should I buy?
Yeah.
And it depends on what you like. How the fuck I'm gonna know what I like if you don't tell me where to start, bro?
Nah, for sure. What made me? I don't know what the fuck made me get the Sony. I think somebody was just like, if you want to do video, get that. But shit, Canon's is hella good with that shit too.
It is.
So I think my partner Adam told me to get the Sony or something. So I got the A65, and then I ended up getting the A7 III. Cause I ended up going to jail with the A6500.
As an adult?
As an adult.
So you've been in jail since you've been grown?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went to jail. My first adult case, I got lied on about a robbery.
Oh, wow.
So I got lied on about a robbery, and I had a warrant for that. And then when they hit the house, they found a gun. But I had fought that for a year. I ended up beating that because the nigga who did the robbery, who I was supposed to be, I don't even know the nigga. But nigga was hella tall and he had a ducktail. I had got pointed out by a housing authority officer. So they basically like sent the pictures out like, do y'all know these people? And the one nigga like, oh, I know who this is. The nigga had Team Jordans on the hella shit. Swear to God. I'm like, bro, there's no way that's me. You tweaking. He had a ducktail. He was kind of tall. So I fought that for a year.
Did you have to sit down at all or you bailed out?
Nah, I ended up bailing out. I had bailed because I was working at this time too. So I ended up bailing out. I had got all my evidence and hella shit. Like I wasn't even, the shit happened like in the East. I was in fucking Berkeley. I got all my evidence myself. Went to AT&T, the whole shit, text messages, everything. They still like, nah.
That's crazy.
So I'm just fighting and shit like that. And then I'm like, bro, I just take the shit for the gun. Like, y'all got the gun out the house. You know? Like, the robbery, I don't know nothing about that. You feel me? They like, nah, because the gun was like a misdemeanor. They like, you know, they be tripping off them robberies. You feel me? And I guess whoever did the robbery, they had like guns involved. So that was like a more serious charge. So I just ended up fighting it. And I took it to trial, but it was like an evidence and shit because they was just basically like, well, y'all know this not him. They end up, at the end of the day, it's like, well, we know it ain't him.
Right.
So they just end up dropping it like, well, y'all got to drop the gun case because the reason y'all went in the house was because of this situation. So that's why they really wanted me to take the robbery shit. But I ain't know shit about none of that shit. And I had a fucking co-defendant who didn't even do this shit either.
That's
my
crazy.
little partner, he from West Oakland. Like, I got pointed out by a housing authority and he got pointed out by a off-duty cop. So like he just riding around his hood, and then when he got the, like the shit they sending out, he like, oh, that was him. You feel me? So we both in there and ain't even know. You feel me?
And
like,
y'all co-defendants, y'all ain't
both
even.
Really
but y'all knew each other though.
We knew each other, but we both really didn't do that.
That's
shit.
crazy.
Like, we did not do that shit. They showed me his pictures in the interrogation room and shit. Like, I'm like, I don't know that nigga.
Right.
You feel me? Because I still don't even know what's going on at the time. I'm like, I don't know that nigga. They like, well, y'all friends on Facebook. I wasn't even using Facebook like that. I'm like, bro, you think I know everybody on my fucking Facebook? I don't know this nigga.
And you a rapper at the time.
Yeah, I'm
right?
like, I don't know this nigga. I'm like, y'all tripping. So after that, and the beating that, and then that other case as an adult, I'm driving, and I'm going like this way, and then highway coming in, so they hit a U-turn, pull me over. So he asked, I didn't have my ID on me. So he go to the car, he like, don't trip, I'm gonna run your name and shit. I tell him my name. When he come back to the car, he still ain't tell me why he pulled me over. I still don't even know why the fuck I'm getting pulled over. Mm-hmm. So he like, can you step out the car? I'm like, hell no. I'm like, you tripping? I'm like, hell no. He like, but I don't really like doing too much. Like, you feel me? They be tripping. Like, they be tripping. So I get out the car. I'm like, man, fuck it. So he like, can I search your car? I'm like, nah. He like, man, let me search your car. I'm like, bruh, I don't smoke. I'm not drunk. You ain't getting no call about me doing nothing. Like, what you need to search my car for? He like, is there something in the car? I'm like, nah, nigga. And then he like, is there something in the car? I'm like, bruh, no, bruh. So now he like, all right. I'm like, man, you keep asking that because you know you're not supposed to be searching my shit, and I'm not even on pay. I'm not on nothing. Little shit like that. So now he like, all right, we got two options. You gonna let me search your car, or I'm gonna tow your car, and I'm gonna be able to search it. So I'm like, bro, you can do what you want to do, but you not searching my car. So now they put me in the cuffs. So he like, just go sit by our shit. So he got me like halfway in the car. So it's an officer by my car, and then it's one by me. Mm-hmm. So the one by my car, he just like kind of circling the car. The same nigga that lied on me in the other case, he pop up to the scene. He don't work for housing no more. He work for highway, or sheriff, whichever one it was. Swear to God. So I'm like, oh, he know me. I'm like, I'm right around the corner from where my ID. I'm like, he know, feel me? He like, I'm like, man, let me call my people to tell them to bring my ID. He like, nah, we don't need them bringing everybody up here.
That's so what the dude...
who had popped up.
What?
So now he walked to the person by the car. So now they talking and shit. Whoa. So the other nigga who by me, he like, they probably just gonna... Because it's during COVID. They not supposed to be taking you to jail for little shit like this because it's like you risking bringing COVID in here. Just get a nigga a ticket and let him go. So he walking around the car. So now he talking to him. They probably talking for like 45 seconds, 30 seconds. The nigga putting his gloves on. But it's hella cold. So I'm like... It's cold outside. He ain't about to run through my car. So the other nigga by the car, he like, they probably just gonna give you a ticket. They like, search the car. They running through that motherfucker. Like, really.
What gave him cause, though?
That nigga who heard my name, I don't know. Whatever he said, I don't know. So they running through the car. They really like rumbling through that motherfucker. They like, we found a gun. They like, take him to jail, close the door. The other nigga like, we found another one. Whoa, whoa. I don't know. It was 2 guns in the car. They put them motherfuckers in there. I don't know who guns it was. You feel me? So now I'm like, all right, I'm going to jail. Fuck it. So I'm hella mad. So now the nigga who by me, now, cops would turn quick. So now he slammed the door. I'm like, but let me call my folks so I can let them. They like, nah, you can call them when you go to jail, little shit like that. So now the sergeant come. So I'm like, man, what's up with my camera? Like, am I going to get my camera? They like, we don't know. We'll figure that out, little shit like that. So they take me down and shit like that. So the nigga who taking me, it was like a tongue cop or some shit like that. So he letting me make phone calls and shit now and shit. So he calling the people for me. So I'm calling people, letting motherfuckers know like I'm about to go down. So he like, bro, you probably gonna get your camera. They had my camera for a fucking year.
What?
Yeah. So when I end up getting out, so I only had to do, at this time they was doing, they was citing you out. So you had to do like a good amount of hours. I think it was like 8 to 10. Then they cite you out with your court date and shit like that. So they end up doing that. Tried to get my camera and shit. They wasn't fucking with me. They kept my shit. I ended up fighting that case for a year. So that one, they was trying to give me like a little time and shit. And then they was like, fuck it, we gonna see what's up with house arrest. But I'm like, I'll work for myself. I'm not taking house arrest. I'm finna fight this shit. I'm like, and I didn't do nothing. And then I never found out why I got pulled over until I actually got to Rita. So he was basically like, well, we seen your file from last time. We not gonna ask you no questions. We know you don't want to talk. Well, he's like, so he walked out and he came back in and was like, oh, you want to know why you got pulled over? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you didn't have no front license plate. But the whole time at the scene, they never had told me. So I ended up fighting shit hella long. I ended up beating the case because it was they wasn't supposed to be searching my car. And then as far as the searching shit, if they was gonna tow my car and not take me, they didn't have no reason to take me to jail. So if they was gonna tow it, they should have just been like, grab what you need out the car and call a ride, and we gonna tow the car. That's what they should have did, because it's like they were searching my shit before they was even thinking about taking me to jail.
Right.
Then they found what they found, and then was like taking me to jail.
Exactly.
So it's like if you would have searched my car and not found nothing,
then
you was gonna be like, all right, go home, take the ticket. You feel me? Shit like that. So when we fought it, they tried to get the video footage from when the dude had walked up, but he cut the camera off because I wasn't right there, so we just never knew what he had said. But 9 times out of 10, it probably was like, bro, I know him. Like, search the car, I know something in there. That's probably what he had said.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. It's a hell of a way to get a new camera, man.
So when I got out, I'm like, bro, I need another camera. And then it was like a couple people, like, they threw me some money and shit, like, bro, get a new camera. I had to get 2 new. They had took my lenses, both my lenses, the camera, my speaker, my backpack, hella batteries, hella shit, just hella my phone, hella shit. And when I got, I don't lie, I bounced back hella couple days. Feel me? Got the camera, got the new camera. Like, I ain't let that like bring me down. Like, man, fuck, I got to spend money. I got right to it. Went crazy. And then when I beat it after a year, they ended up just giving me the shit back, and I ended up selling the A6500. I wasn't gonna sell it because it was like you feel me? That's my first camera, but my little sister got it, so it's still.
Oh, okay, got
so
you.
She got that motherfucker. Yeah.
Got you.
It was crazy because I shot my little partner's videos. One of the little niggas from my hood and then some other little niggas from a different hood. Now they don't even fuck with each other. That was like the last video they ever was with each other. Wow. But when I went to jail that night, I was editing the video and I left the house. So when they took the camera, that footage was on there. So when I ended up getting out, probably like a few months after that, them niggas fell out. So when I ended up getting the camera, I sent it to my little partner, like, look, he like, fuck them niggas. Like, little shit like that.
Crazy.
But I went to a bitch house, whose house I shouldn't have been at, blood. That's how I went to jail. Going to that bitch house.
That's how it
going over there doing
that.
some shit, feel me? She trying to get me to stay and shit. And I'm like, nah, I'm finna cut. And I end up just cutting. And I end up going to jail, blood. That shit was crazy. I should have stayed my ass in the house. I was in the house editing the video.
That's how it always happens, bro.
Hell
always when you ain't got no business doing something.
For sure. 5-0 hate me though, for sure.
That's crazy.
2 times like that, they was hella mad, for sure.
No, that's a hell of a story though, and a hell of a way, like I said, to get another camera.
That shit was crazy.
But man, this was dope, bro. I appreciate you pulling up, man.
No,
like I said, we gotta do this again when the next tape drop, and we can talk a little bit more in depth about a few things, bro. So, like I said, I fuck with the project. I fuck with the Sexy Red single. Obviously, BK love the fucking song.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with that nigga. I'm like, you pulling up? He like, nah, I got somebody with me, blah blah. And so we get off the phone. Then my phone ring again. So I'm thinking, okay, this nigga finna come. He's like, hey, bro, make sure y'all talk about Sexy Red. That's my favorite song. I play that shit every day. Like, nigga, get off my phone. But yeah, I fuck with the project. So we got Voicemail 2 coming in May, you said?
Yeah, May.
And then when are you gonna drop the other project?
Probably November, October.
What was the name of that one?
Something like, I don't got no name.
Oh, you don't got no name yet?
That shit just gonna come.
Yeah,
that shit just gonna come. Even the cover for Voicemail, like, I just like, I want to just have a girl like in the bed on the phone. You feel me? Quick shit.
That's dope.
Shit like that, for sure.
Well, bro, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I fuck with you just overall as a person. Sure. Talented as fuck, bro. Keep doing that shit. Do whatever the fuck you feel like doing whenever you feel like doing it. I'm always support you. Like I said, I want to do some community work with you,
for sure.
And that way we can get some. And I really fuck with you. And again, before I sign out, because you always like you send me people like, bro, I think you should interview this person.
Yeah.
So that's how I know, like you. That's why we gonna get our shit done eventually. Like,
for
like
sure.
you threw the lot with Dage. I was already planning on doing it, but you kind of helped set that up. And then, like I said, I appreciate you for doing that. I appreciate you for being you. Keep doing it, bro, because there's people that's obviously I'm a little older than you, but I'm still inspired by just anybody around me, bro. I could pull inspiration from anybody. So, bro, like I said, man, you got my support, bro. I wish you nothing but success, bro. And
not for sure. I appreciate it.
It's all good, man. We signing out.
You already know.